And we're live. Welcome to the Power Friendship Podcast. Yo, this is crazy. Episode 72?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Episode 72. Episode 72. Let's go. We do here. Episode 72. Okay. Friendship ends because we're talking about it's Halloween and, we're doing it. But I am your co-host, Sailor Games 18, and this is my co-host,
Benny J. Blanco, what's up?
It's so weird. Yo, it's so weird with the video. Okay. We're here to talk about all things nerdy and movies and everything. Thank you for listening and for hanging out with us and comment, rate, subscribe, do all that jazz. Drink your water. Tell your mom and dad we love you. Okay, so we got first. We're gonna do trailer watch. A lot of trailers came out.
Like what?
Okay. All right. Super Mario Brothers.
Oh.
Did you watch that trailer?
All right. So that trailer. Okay. The animation looks beautiful, man. It is lustrous. It is everything Mario, and also the intro starting off with Bowser and the penguin. I mean, that's why not? Like that. That was such a perfect thing, and that shit's already being memed and stuff. I've seen one variation where it was a bunch of Piplups from Pokemon throwing it at a Bowser, and then but with the drip, that shit was cool. Everything else it looks pretty. Honestly, it's the same old hate, and you really can't blame Chris Pratt. I mean, at the end of the day, voice acting it's really key about who is voice acting what character. You need big stars because no one knows the actor's name that does Mario's voice, the actual one. If you're talking about a mainstream audience, they do not know. Also, that voice just would not work in the movie. I saw one argument saying we need that. Just have him with the regular voice and doing one-liners. No one wants to watch a Mario movie that's almost 2 hours with one-liners. No one wants to see that. That would get really annoying really fast. So, I mean, you can sell it with Chris Pratt. You're going to have a lot of people hate watch it, but I'm actually really excited. I mean, Nintendo is in this movie heavily. They made sure that this movie is not fun because one thing about Nintendo is extraordinarily strict with their product. And I understand people will rebuke that statement of mine because of the 1993 movie. But guess what? After that, they say, fuck making movies, just video games. Now, after the success of Detective Pikachu and Sonic, both Sonic movies, I mean, hell, now this is the time. I mean, the animation alone is just selling it right there. I think it's going to be good. I'm expecting to hear some great-ass fucking sound. But, and I saw one cool thing. Since we got Detective Pikachu and Sonic and Mario, people are like, oh, we're going to get a Smash Brothers crossover.
Yo,
I don't know. That would be wild.
Has to happen. Why not? After Sonic 3, can you get a Mario cameo? Come on. Come on, man.
But what did you think of the trailer?
I thought it was cool. It was cool. Chris Pratt's voice was a little weird, but I thought it was Bowser, Jack Black.
Bro, first off, we only heard barely anything from Chris Pratt. We heard not even a full sentence or.
Right.
It's whatever.
Right.
It's whatever. Charlie Day as Luigi. That's awesome. Isn't Anya Taylor-Joy playing as Peach?
Peach, perfect. That's a perfect casting. Perfect casting.
Oh, yeah, why not, right?
Perfect casting. Please, give her all the things. She's in everything, bro. She's so busy. Just, yikes.
That's in everything.
But Mario's great. I'm excited. It was beautiful. Good job, Nintendo. Next is, we got, Megan. The trailer for Megan. Listen.
Alright, so it's funny because you sent me the trailer for it on text message. I'm gonna admit to you, I didn't watch it, but I saw it in theaters yesterday. What the fuck, bro? Oh, dude, it's so creepy. It is creepy. But it's from James Wan, bro. And you know what? It's so weird. James Wan has a weird thing when it comes to horror movies where his characters move really weird, like breakdancing almost. Yes. And you saw a lot of that in this one, and we saw a little bit of it in Malignant. Actually, no, we saw a lot of it in Malignant.
Malignant was. I love Malignant, bro. I need more movies like that. Like, Malignant. Look, Hollywood, give them the money. Give them the money. Whoever ideas this, please keep doing it. I love it. I love it so much.
I mean, I think it's James Wan, isn't it?
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm about to be like, no, it's not. No, it's not. You're right. You're right. All right.
I mean, I will say like the mocap for Megan. Oh my god, really good. Really good.
Beautiful. I was like, she's over House Party. I was surprised by this trailer.
Yeah. Like I thought it was just gonna be a typical like generic corny like black comedy. They actually, bro, the fucking jokes when it came to LeBron James and the fact that it was him delivering those lines is awesome. Like he's in on the joke with the hairline, the Miami trade. Oh my god, bro!
I think it's a good decision. I said, "Whoa, hey, meta." All right, next, White Lotus. I guess we talk about the cast. Aubrey Plaza's in it. Go watch it. It's gonna be dope. White Lotus was good on HBO Max. Check it out. It's one of those strange shows that you don't think is gonna be. You know what it's about. You don't know what it's about. It's gonna be great. Watch it. Also, next one is Wakanda Forever. What do you think about that?
I mean, as always, the presentation of these trailers have been absolutely stunning. It doesn't even look like the current way the Marvel MCU is being delivered right now. It looks like they're spending a lot of money on the presentation of the movie. It looks cool. Okay. Obviously, it's like Marvel has a big thing when it comes to lying in the trailers. So, like you said yesterday, we don't know if what we're seeing is true. They could divert it instantly. It's interesting. I still feel a bit like bad or like off just because like they killed him off and it's gonna okay. They killed him off screen and yeah. I mean I know they're gonna explain it, but it's a kind of a disservice to the character who's not only just important to like cinema but like also just important to the overall universe. I understand we have multiverses, but they're not going to recast, even though there is a multiverse. They just won't. I mean, I think I personally don't like the style of what they're going for the Atlanteans or the Aztecs. Basically, that's what I'm going to call them. I don't like the, but I will like I do like the wings on the foot because you know Namor can fly, but. Yes, obviously, he can fly like that, and the little bouncing in the air thing, that was a really cool scene.
Yes, I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was
and
great.
Also the score and the score in the trailers have been stellar.
Yo, every time they have like all the scores are good, man. Like whoever does the Marvel stuff, like whoever does these Marvel trailers, doing a really amazing job at this. Like keep doing what you're doing. The trailers are great. I'm excited for Namor. I want to see the dude. Just don't kill him. Do not. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. Don't kill him. Like you don't do this. I don't ask for much, man. I really don't. Your boy Tev is easy to please, man. I'm easy to please, bro. That's all I'm saying. But next, I guess we can talk about like this is kind of for me a little bit. Titans and Doom Patrol trailers dropped. November is for Titans and December 3rd is for part 1 of Doom Patrol. I don't really like when they do that part 1 stuff.
That means that they're ending, aren't they?
I think Titans might go on, but Doom Patrol might end. But it looks good. Brother Bell looks good. Nightwing looks good. Crypto looks good. Lex Luthor looks really good. They're doing stuff over there. Titans is a little. I like it. Just watch it. Give it a shot. You know, if you like the first 2 seasons, then keep going. But like, let me know. All right, next we go to game and negativity. Okay.
Oh damn! What? I mean, I think we can talk about 2 big stories.
We're doing Gotham Knights first because I
got 3
personally. All right, Gotham Knights was great. Like everything was looking great, showing up great. You know, I had questions, I had doubts, you know, about certain things, but I saw some gameplay. I saw okay. I saw the fits. I saw the Batgirl fit. I'm gonna be rocking that fit, probably with the Cassandra Cain kind of mask with the New 52. Overhead, I might do that, baby. That's what I'm gonna do. But I'm playing Bass first, then Dick. maybe Jason and Tim later on. But they announced a new mode called Assault, which is all 4 players. You guys get to go through. You guys play. All 4 of us can play. You go through the town, well, Gotham, and you do objectives. And it sounds like Avengers Hive mode, which is good. A little difficult sometimes. You don't know what to do because you got to have certain builds, whatever. But hey, that's neither here nor there. But that's what it sounds like. But it's good you can play 4 players. That's like we kind of want to do. It's like, it's cool. We each have our characters. Pretty dope. That would be dope to just build a character. But it comes out, it's free DLC November 29th. And we talk about the big thing in the room, the big fish. Gotham Knights will be capped at 30 frames per second on consoles without performance mode and ray tracing. It's not a big deal for me, but I kind of understand why people are. It
is a big deal. It is a big deal. When you have a PS5 and Xbox Series X, which are designed for 4K, 60 frames per second ray tracing, it is a big deal. It's so stupid that we're still in the same. Yeah, but like, see, graphical is not that big, but like performance, like 60 frames, it's like when you see the difference between 30 and 60, it's a big difference. It's like, what the fuck?
I play fighting
it's so
games.
terrible.
Yeah, I play fighting games. I'm sorry. I pre-ordered it. I got the deluxe edition. I'm gonna play it and see what was up, and we'll see. But it's at least we found out before the game dropped, because that would have been a big disaster. Yeah, but at least they addressed it. I hope they could eventually add it. Like, come on. Please. They added on Spider-Man. Like, come on. Miles, come on. Like, please. Please do that. Gotham Knights. I'm rooting. We're all rooting for you. We're all rooting for you, okay? I want to play with my friends, okay? And make it crossplay. I know you can't do it now because it's too late. But it's fine. Next is going to be the Bayonetta nastiness. Okay. All right. So dirty. The Bayonetta voice actor did her dirty. They kind of I think she broke. Did she break an NDA? It doesn't. I don't think she did. But I hope she's okay. But apparently Bayonetta made over $450 million without. That's without merchandise.
Without merchandising.
Without merchandising. That's without merchandising. Platinum Games was like, we'll give you $4,000 to play Bayonetta and Bayonetta 3.
A game that's been in development for 7 years, mind you. And also, people need to know this. All the developers, all the people that worked on the game, they get paid as they go. They get salaries. All right? These people that voice and mocap and all that, they're contractors. They offered her $4,000. A woman who is renowned, who's like professionally licensed. I mean, she went through all the hoops. And one of the most beloved Platinum Games like characters of all time. I mean, to be offered $4,000, which like that will get you 1 month rent at a California studio apartment. That's just 1 month to voice a game that's, probably like maybe 40 hours of like, just 40 hours to beat maybe. And to pay her $4,000 is an insult to the craft. And I see a lot of people online saying like, well, do you really want Platinum Games to go under by boycotting? Platinum Games will not go under. They have too many big franchises to go under. I mean, that's not what's going to happen. Everybody that worked in the game has already got paid. Also, in video game, there is going to different projects. No one just works on one thing and then that's it. They drift around for different projects. Just because they work in Platinum Games, they can work for Bango Namco. They can work for Capcom. They can work on different projects and different games. Or the next Platinum Game project. But this is an insult to the artistry of craft. People say that the deal, like, it's not that big a deal for voice acting. Yeah, it kind of is when it's all about the character's style, the character's personality, and voice acting is a big deal. You won't go watch an animated movie if it's not voiced good or voiced at all. No one would care about Buzz Lightyear if he wasn't voiced. No one would care about like would care about Goku without
Sean
Sean Schimmel.
The lady too. But yeah. But,
yeah, but like I can see the pain in her video, like in her voice. Like that's an insult. Like imagine that, like being someone that professional, like that big, and being just insulted with a $4,000 like check to do a game that's probably going to take you maybe a couple months to voice because you got to get different inflection, different tones in your voice, and depending on your schedule, who knows? Like there's just a lot of going on, and just to insult that art. I mean, like at the end of the day, like I've never been a Bayonetta fan, but knowing like how dirty they do this to like people, this is not just in Platinum Games. This is and so many other like video games that they just do these voice actors dirty. I mean, they've done it before, and they will continue to still do it. It took a lot of balls for her to go out and say that, knowing how the internet can be. But hopefully,
man, that was nasty. That was nasty.
I mean, like, I don't think that she's going to be without a job, because definitely with like this happening, someone's definitely going to pick up just for the notoriety, just to pick her up. But yeah, it's still a shame because she was the original voice of Bayonetta. Also, what I heard for when they did Sephiroth and Cloud, when they put them in Smash, they only kept their Japanese voice actors because they didn't want to pay an English dub. Yeah. So let that sink in. Let that sink in. It doesn't really matter. But guess what? Like we're used to the obviously English localization of these games because that's how we were sought out. And the fact that like you couldn't pay someone to do, and then mind you, in Smash, it's only a few voice clips. It's not like a whole story thing. But like the fact that you couldn't pay someone with the original act, it's same thing with Sora. Like, bro, it's like whack as shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, you guys are so cheap and you guys make so much fucking money.
I'm like, ain't no way, man. Oh, brother, this thing's really bad. I feel bad, man. Like, why? It's sad. She's like just donating the money to charity instead of buying the game, which is fine. It's just fine. It's just so sad, man. I don't know why. It's like, it drives me crazy, but it is what it is, man. It sucks. It really sucks. I was gonna get the game, but now I'm not. Like, I was gonna play on the Switch.
And also the I forget Hideki. I think that's the creative director's name. He's like notorious for just blocking people that like only mentions him in English on Twitter. He'll always just block people. And I've been looking at his Twitter, and he's a gigantic troll online. Like he's one of the biggest trolls. And he's underplaying this like shit so well. He has such an inflated ego that it's like so toxic and so not helping.
Oh man!
And that's what happens when like a fan base builds up a fucking like developer so much it gets into their head so much. Yeah, maybe he was like that prior, but the fan base definitely did not help that ego where it just exceeded beyond like he's. Look, it's not just Americans that are just toxic. It's anybody can be like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you would like auto block anybody that just mentions you in English, even if they were praising you, it's kind of a scummy way to treat your fan base because know people want to spread their love for you, and you'll just block them because that's just who I am. I'm Hideki. Ooh, everybody's just going to buy my game.
Is what I do.
No, sir, you're a dick. You're an asshole.
Just here, take my money. Oh man, that was nasty. But you know how that goes. Okay, just look, pay your voice actors. Okay, look, they do great work. Okay, your voice actors are key. Pay them. All right, next one, a movie and some casting news. We got some movie news. All right, hit you with some Sydney Sweeney's Barbarella. Okay, I read some Barbarella like way back in my comic starting career, I guess. But also, didn't they made a movie about Barbarella? They did with Pam Anderson, and they that's Stripperella. Pam Anderson was Barbarella and Stripperella, but yeah, it was on Spike TV, which was wild. Anywho, but for Sony's doing it. Sony's using her and she's also doing the Madam Web movie. They got photos of her, like in like glasses and like a sweater. She's like a schoolgirl kind of, which is interesting. I don't know. Also, the Spider-Man is Ezekiel in there. I forgot. I know it's Ezekiel Spider-Man. He's like an older man. I forgot, but that's like eons ago. I was like, Ezekiel is familiar. He has the Spider-Man with the red, like a nice jacket, red jacket, and like that jacket. But I guess they're doing stuff. Madam Web photos are out, so it's happening. It's shooting. Other news. Michelle Yeoh's Maximum is in Beast Wars, the Beast Wars movie, the the Transformers Beast Wars movie. She's a Maximum Azar. I don't know who that is. I only remember from Rat Trap and Cheetor. That's the only thing I remember from that show. Okay. Also, Doom 2 moves forward to release on November 3rd, 2023.
Not bad.
I guess it's moving. It's moving. Okay, it's moving. I guess we'll talk about delays, the Marvel delays later. Yikers. The Marvel delays later. But we talk about that. We'll definitely talk about that later. But Pedro Pascal wrote a letter to Ellie that I thought it was cool. I thought it was cute. It says, how interesting that something huge and life-changing should happen so early in your life and so late in mine. I thought that was sweet. I thought that was I thought it was sweet. I thought I'd include that today. I thought that was sweet. But also, A24 and Neon both passed on to Barbarian. That's crazy.
Maybe it was just more so like these other studios just had so many other projects to work on, like they just couldn't.
That is true. That is true.
The like, Barbarian studio. Yeah, I mean, because it did look like an A24 project, but I feel like maybe it was just like. Just too much of their play. Like, this is not A24? This is not A24? Who is this? Who is this? So, VHS 85 2023 comes out. Well, I know the next VHS movie comes out next week. 94. VHS 94 comes out next week. And then VHS 85 comes out next year. So, it's going to be Scott Derrickson, Gigi Soul-Guerrero, Natasha Carmine, and Mike P. Nelson is going to be directing. Scott Derrickson does Doctor Strange and Black Phone. So I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, let's talk about some comics. All right. I didn't read a lot of comics this week. I didn't read much this week. But what did you read, Benny? I know you read a book. I need to read things. What's that? Basically, it's Spears. It's by Nicola Griffin, and it's basically a story about a girl who's been sheltered in a cave her entire life and seeks out adventure. Okay. So basically, it's a kind of a woman's version of Camelot, which is basically the story of King Arthur and stuff like that. So it's like a woman's twist with it. And it's a little bit like a Joan of Arc shit, where a woman disguised as like a man goes out and seeks adventure, seeks women and all that stuff. It's a cute little story I'm reading. But besides that, I'm trying to finish that and then get back on my Stephen King, bibliography, because I'm still reading all his stuff in order. And the next book that I'll be reading, it will be Firestarter.
Yes.
It's the first edition copy. And I know it is because it has old picture of the man. Yes.
Stephen King. Let's go. Read books and read comics. Go put your local comic book shop. I'm going to pick up my books today. Next we talk about the most watched series on Netflix. Second most English speaking watch series, Dahmer.
Oh shit!
All right, tell us about Dahmer, Benny. Tell us. Spit the facts. Tell us.
It's I mean, it happened 30 years ago, so it's like
It's
so
pretty
kind of
recent.
fresh in the Americans' mind.
Yes.
Set aside all the controversies that are behind the show due to a lot of the survivors and the survivors' families that are still alive to this day. Evan Peters absolutely nailed it. But the one thing I can say is, in the show, at the very end, when he was in prison, he was getting all these mails from his endearing fans. And literally, that is exactly what's happening right now, where people are kind of immortalizing him with memes and immortalizing him with costumes and stuff like that. Or, like, there'll be pictures where it's a white guy with glasses with a black guy, and people are joking around saying, like, I know this won't end well. And I get it, it's funny, but, like, at the end of the day, it's like, this isn't a fictitious show. This is based off of real events, and, like, it gets kind of weird where it's just, like, you're really going to, like, make this guy, like, I've seen so many women on Twitter, like, saying, like, I want Evan Peters to dick me down so bad. And I'm like, why? Because he played as a serial child molester rapist. Like, come on, man. Like,
Yikes.
it's like, at the end of the day, like, yeah, he did, like, Evan Peters did his job because he's an actor and he did it well. I mean, he played him really, really, like, on point. But, like, literally, the internet is the most disgusting thing in the world. Like, it can really bring a lot of people like together, and then it could just disgust you the next day. But besides all that, I mean, the show really informed the world and the country about issues that we have today, where it's police negligence and, like, racial profiling and neglect for the with the minority community. Like, how many times that they could have prevented this. And I think the show really pointed that out. And like, a lot of people think the show, like, tries to, like, redeem Dahmer. It's like, no, at the end of the day, remember, the show is called Monster. He's a fucking monster. There's no redeeming none of his actions, whether he found God or not. He was a monster from the get-go. I mean, like, some people are just born fucked up like that. And I know that's the whole nature versus nurture aspect of the thing, but that debate will never end. But the sheer pain that this man caused because of negligence from people that are supposed to protect us, and the fact that those cops that let that 14-year-old boy back into Dahmer's apartment to be brutally murdered, and then his body being violated afterwards, is just a shame. Because, and then they got reinstated. They got suspended with pay, which was basically the most common thing like the police department does these days. Like, you suspend. And the problem is, this is a gray line when it comes to unions. Police unions are one of the most corrupt unions in the entire country, because it doesn't matter what the officer did. They will make sure that person gets off scot-free. And I get that the notion for unions, because unions can be really helpful, but unions are also run like mobs. Like, you pay a little bit of money, we'll protect you, but just make sure you pay us money, we'll protect you, which is basically what it is at the end of the day. But the show was really, really good, disturbing as hell. Like, if you're touchy, and, like, I think everyone needs to know, like, remember, at the end of the day, this shit really happened, and not too long ago, and the families are still alive to this day. And my heart and soul goes out to them. I mean, like, nothing can ever repay. No amount of money can bring back your son, your daughters. I mean, like, no amount. And I really wish that people would just, like, take that sick part of their brains out and stop, like, fantasizing about this guy. Like, you're literally feeding his legacy and his image way more to this day. But then again, making shows and documentaries about it doesn't help. But that's my...
there's like so many on him.
That's my voice.
So many. He has like at least 6, maybe 7, maybe the most. He might have the most.
Him and
he might have the most documentaries on him. Oh, I'm surprised he doesn't have a movie out. Another movie.
Oh no, he's gonna have a show. No, he's getting a show like this. The Bundy's getting a show that's like this.
We just had a Zac Efron one.
That was a movie.
Benny.
That was
okay.
That was based on the book by his girlfriend that turned him in.
Oh my god. All right.
I mean, remember who's the largest viewer and taker of crime stories. You know who it is.
Yeah,
you know who it is.
I know what it is. We don't have to say it. Do we have to say it? The people know. The people know.
Nah. We don't have
They're gonna know. They're gonna know. All right, next is My Time to Shine. She-Hulk finale was amazing. Look at Penny.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't see it.
We're gonna watch.
You can speak your heart out. You can speak your heart out. I won't.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it the best. She-Hulk is the best Disney Plus show out, and I meant that with my heart. Fight me, okay? Fight me, okay? Fight me. She-Hulk is the best thing out. We get Jen going through some things, and it's getting a little crazy right now. So she hulked out when the guy from Intelligentsia showed a sex tape of her, and she got freaked out, and she went full on Hulk and broke the TV screen, which is, I mean, it's what you do. It should do when you do. So they put her in jail, the Blonsky jail, and they made her do things. I mean, not, but they made her just she made her as a villain, as she was, and she's a Hulk. So you kind of knew. Well, Banner kind of prepared her for that, but it happened. So basically, everything was going downhill. Usually, that happens in episode 7 or 6 or before the finale, so you can get a little comeuppance. But it was a little different this time. This time, we found out Intelligentsia and the Hulk King was the guy she went on the first date with. Well, she went on. No, was one of the guy. No, it was one of the guy with the Wakandan spear. Who bought the Wakandan spear off eBay, which he was wilding about. He was wild for that, for buying the Wakandan spear on eBay. He was wild. He said, "Wakanda forever." I said, "No, why did he do that?" But Jen, I guess they all came. Bruce came, Abomination came, and the guy took her blood and was gonna Hulk out. And she's like, "What kind of show is this? This is not how it should go. This is bad. This is bad." So she breaks my Disney Plus stopped. I said, "No, what's going on, Disney?" I said, "Did you glitch it?" And then she said, "Okay." So she drops down from her She-Hulk thing and goes to the Assembled thing, and she kicks that down to go to the production company. Marvel's production. So she walks through the Marvel production. She goes through her writer's room, the She-Hulk's writer's room. She says, "Hey, what's this? This finale is not making sense. All this is happening at one time." So she broke the fourth wall, and then she goes they say, "It's not our job. It's Kevin." So I'm thinking Kevin Feige's gonna show up. I said, "What? Kevin Feige's gonna show up? What is this?" So she walks through the whole Marvel Studios building, and she kicks down, fights the security. It's wild. It's so wild. And we find out Kevin is a robot. And he watches all the Marvel Universe movies. And whatever problems the internet has with Marvel movies, they address it here, and they say it, which is kind of weird. Kind of weird that they say it at the end of no. So this kind of I'm all right. So you talk about the CGI. She said the budget was low, so they had to turn his head. So he was can you transform back into Jen because the budgetary reasons? So he says, wait until the camera's off, so that way we don't have to show her downsizing. So that was one. And then she said, what happened? What's the deal with all these daddy issues with Tony? Not Cap. Tony. Dang. What's the dude name? Star-Lord? All those guys are daddy. She addressed that. She asked about. She also asked him to bring Daredevil back this episode. Say, can you get Daredevil back this episode? She also asked about the X-Men. She was like, when we get the X-Men? She said, I like that. That was good. Tatiana Mosley was great, man. And then at the end, we got Daredevil. We got Hawk's son, which is kind of weird. Scar. I mean, it's not my thing. It's fine. But at the end, The finale was great. I loved it. It was different from any other Marvel finale we ever had. And you should watch it. Go check out Shehulk. I thought it was great. I thought it was fun. Fantastic how they did that. But I want more. Give me more. Get it in the movies. Put it in the movies. Put it in the movies, please. All right, next I'm going to go to Werewolf by Night. Listen, watch it. I'm not saying nothing. Look, all great things. Watch it. The best thing Marvel has put out is black and white horror. They went there. They finally went there. Where was this negative energy with Moon Knight? Okay, where was this with Moon Knight? Okay, Michael Giacchino is a master. Okay, let him direct things. Okay, we got Man Thing. We got Elsa Bloodstone. We got Elsa Bloodstone. I'm gonna say it one more time. Elsa Bloodstone. I love Elsa Bloodstone. She's so cool. Man Thing is dope too. Man Thing is ridiculous. I can't believe in the world of Man Thing. And they went like the old werewolf route, and they didn't go like a weird. It wasn't weird. Michael Giacchino. Maybe he should do it in movies. I don't. That was good. I thought everything was perfect. I didn't hate anything. I was like, wow, it's so good. Morbius. This is what Morbius should have been. Morbius should have been this. Morbius should have been this. Go see Werewolf by Night. It's only like quick. It's go by so fast. It's not even like. It's this beautiful one-shot thing. We know the Marvel Universe is expanding, and they both She-Hulk and Werewolf by Night do it better at expanding the universe than like they've been doing. So like later, like She-Hulk will have an article or like news and like deal with people, but Werewolf by Night did the same thing too. But like I thought Werewolf by Night was horror and MCU done well, and there were blood and guts. I was like, okay, we're pushing it, we're getting there. So I have hope for Deadpool and other R-rated things until it goes awry. So for that sake, all right, I guess we talk about Lord of the Rings, the Rings of the Power.
The Rings of the Power.
Okay.
Oh shit.
All right. So Cerulean. All right. Should I read all of Cerulean, all of them?
So the Silmarillion was the notes that J.R.R. Tolkien wrote and scrapped because he felt like he hasn't developed the world enough to like have people want to care about the past, so he just put it to the side and wrote The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings. But his son Christopher Tolkien got all those all the notes, put it together, and made it to a Bible set of a sense. So it goes through the creation of the universe all the way up into the Second Age, which basically this show goes. Bro, the show's presentation was absolutely stunning. It is one of the most prettiest show out there.
Hold on. Wait. Also, shout out to Ashley V. Robson for like the TikToks she makes of Lord of the Rings. Like, because your brother was struggling. Shout out to her and the Geek History Lessons. Go check them out. I'm going to put them in the link, whatever. But in the link in her TikToks that she makes. Because she explains like a lot of Lord of the Rings very well in short form videos. I mean, go watch it. Next. Sorry, Benny. Go. Back to you.
No, you're good. Now, the show was absolutely stunning. The presentation was well. The acting, the choices of the story plots, and a lot of the diversions in the story, where you thought one thing goes to another thing, and then you realize, no, that wasn't that, it was this. Especially the last episode, you get the reveal of who Sauron is, alright, and you're like, oh shit, how? That makes sense, that character looks it, and then they're like, well, fuck you, because it's not that, it's this, ha ha! And, bro, the choreograph, the dialogues, just everything about the show was pretty. And I know a lot of people have, like, they're obviously bitching about casting people of color in this shit. It's like, look, I get it. J.R. Tolkien, when he developed it, he was making a fantasy adaptation of Europe. Okay, so like obviously there's not many people of color in Europe at that time, okay? Now it's different. But Tolkien never really focused on skin color. He always focused on each of the different races' culture. That was a big thing. He was always a culture guy. So, obviously, you know, I mean, the diversity, and especially this is a big project. So, of course, you don't want to exclude people of color. So whoever you can hire who's the best actor, get them. I mean, everybody that I've seen in this show did stellar. And whether you want to say they ruined Middle-earth, I mean, you could go fuck off and just, continue to watch whatever you want that's all whitewashed and shit. Because trust me, at the end of the day, the world is diverse. And you're going to get different casting. Now, it's your fault. It's your issue that you bitch about race. You're the reason why it's such a controversial subject because you're vocalizing it and you're saying blah, blah, blah was never white. Well, guess what? A lot of the stories that were written back in the day, nobody was fucking of color. Because guess what? People of color weren't allowed to write things, weren't allowed to publish things, weren't allowed to craft things. And you go in the back of the fucking building or the bus or whatever and do whatever jigaboo shit you want to do. Because that's how they fucking treated people like us back in the day. That's right. That's how they treated people like us back in the day, and the fact that now that we're trying to make our mark in the industry now, I mean, hell, one year we had the Asian breakthrough with the what was the Asian wedding movie? What was that?
Oh, my big fat Asian my Asian wedding.
Fuck, I forget what it's called. But you know what I'm talking about. But like that was a big break for like the Asian stuff like that. But yeah, people bitch about that, and then we get in 2018 we get fucking Black Panther, big Black Renaissance. I mean, like, and then they and I will say a lot of the Disney movies have been making a lot of great things, a lot of good things. Crazy Rich Asians. That was really good. But like, bro, like we're having a renaissance, and yet. It's the people on the other side that are feeling like they're getting attacked. So it's like, fuck off. We're making art, and you guys are not without a job. I mean, like, you gotta understand, like, it's just the way of the world. I mean, sooner or later, there's gonna be more of us than them, right? At the end of the day. But yeah, that shit just gets annoying when every time I read stuff online, just like complaining about the casting. It's like, look, I get it. But, like, the one thing I can say is if the character in the source material was specifically designed to be that ethnic group, that's one thing. But if it was never, like, a big deal about the character, then that's a different thing, obviously. But then again, at the end of the day, if the creator allows them to make a difference, then, like, hey, that's their blessing. They have the biggest voice of all. The creator of that source material can do whatever they want. They can give it away. Hey, you do what you want, because I understand movies are a different genre. TVs are a different genre than literature. Okay? So, like, it's all about, like, who's available, who's big, and who's not. I mean, so it is what it is. The Ring of Power's finale was amazing. I can't wait for season 2. Hopefully there's more episodes, but each episode in this season was at least 70 minutes long. So it was a good hour and 10 minutes for every episode. And they were all like movie like quality. So definitely expands more on the Middle Earth mythology. You see the creation of not creation, but you see like the primitive nature of the halflings, which are the hobbits. And, obviously the creation of, the famous landmark in all of Middle Earth, Mordor. You see all that shit happens. And it's wild, bro. So, if you love fantasy, and especially high fantasy, and trust me, this show is violent. It's not Game of Thrones violent, but it's violent. And you love adventures and journeys and just craziness. This is a show for you, and you'll definitely enjoy it. Don't listen to the negativity. Create your own negativity if you watch the show. If you watch the show fully, you can have your own constructive criticism because you took the time to watch it. So just do that.
I like that. Don't hate watch stuff, man. If you don't like it, don't watch it. I don't understand. We don't understand that. If you don't like something, don't watch it. Okay? Don't put yourself through that. Okay? Next we talk about Hocus Pocus 2 a little bit. Did you watch it? I watched it.
I've never been a fan. I don't get the hype. It's plus it's the 29 years from the last movie. Nothing can live up to that expectation. But I heard about the controversy that led to it with the whole witches and the devil, and we shouldn't let our kids watch this. It's the same thing they said about Yu-Gi-Oh! It's the same thing they said about Pokemon. Yeah. It's the same thing they said about anything that's different.
Yep. Well, listen, it was alright. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Had a gay old time.
They had the original 3.
I don't want to spoil it. Like, you don't want to spoil it. It's cool. I thought the cast was great. I'm glad they all came back. It was like they never left. And it was cute. I dug it. It was fun. Not as good as the original. but it wasn't. I enjoyed it. Wasn't Not that's enough for me to say. That's a move. But yeah, let's get to the man, the myth, the legend. Halloween ends. Halloween finally ends. Evil dies tonight. Banning Evil dies tonight. What did you think about Halloween ends?
All right, so the intro was totally out of left field. I thought, babysitter dies, babysitter gets murdered by Michael. But all right, so I thought the movie was literally going to take place right after Halloween Forever, then we get a time skip. But the beginning of the movie was wild. I mean, you
gave another movie. You just gave another movie, Halloween Forever.
Isn't Halloween Forever? Isn't that the second one?
No, it's called Halloween Kills.
Oh shit! My bad.
Oh,
my bad. My bad. But the beginning starts with a manslaughter. Guy babysitter kicks the door. The kid gets kicked and drops to the drop floor, and then it goes through the whole Laurie explaining everything that happened. She's writing a memoir about their experience, but then we get the babysitter again, and obviously he's ostracized by the whole community because he's looked at as a killer and stuff like that. But his transformation, and then the fact that we get he gets thrown off a bridge and then gets dragged by Michael. And the weird thing is, because we saw some weird supernatural shit with Michael in Halloween Kills, okay? In Halloween Kills, when he was, he was dead. He was dead. And then he got up and killed everybody. And it seems like he feeds off killing people. That's what makes him stronger. And he hasn't killed in 4 years. So it was weird because he transferred, didn't even transfer his soul, but he showed him.
He looked him in the eye. It was
he gave him all his pain, all his his just killing drive into what was his name? Oliver.
Yep, Oliver.
And
yeah.
And then he becomes a younger Michael, and that whole aspect where it was just he's in love with Laurie's granddaughter, and it's just
of course.
Oh shit, this kid. And of course, I mean, look, at the end of the day, I know some people might have a problem with how they fall for each other, but if you think about it, they both been through fucking terrible, traumatic things. That's not real. I mean, that shit does happen. Sometimes, everybody says opposites attracts, but sometimes chaos attracts each other. I mean, these are two people that look differently. So, I mean, chaos, attracts chaos. And then it's the same thing with Laurie and Michael. I mean, especially with the last scene, where they were holding each other. And it was weird, but, the movie was... It was... Okay, it's not the best out of this trilogy. I still think Halloween 2018 is still the best one. Just because, it was low budget, it came out of nowhere, and it was a renaissance of, horror movies coming back. And it was really good. And obviously, people had their gripes with Halloween Kills because of the ending, but it's just if people get mad that Michael comes back, I'd be like, why do you watch Halloween at the end of the day? Why'd you watch it? I mean, Michael always comes back, but it was, this movie had a great climactic fight. Now, obviously, they do show their age, because guess what? They're both in their 70s, both Michael and Laurie. So, I mean, but it was still brutal. The fights were still nasty.
Well, I don't think I'll ever get used to seeing a kid just getting murdered like that. His neck folded. He literally folded like an omelet. He literally got folded. That was crazy. I said... Wow. Okay, I had some fact, but I could see that it felt real, and I believe that the kid was. I believe that kid was Michael. I was like that. Okay. That checks.
Okay.
That's...
Yeah. Well, a lot of the whoever the actor is did a great imitation of Michael's demeanor, especially the very famous scene where Laurie was looking outside the window and sees Oliver, but in the Michael stance, in the broad daylight.
I felt
and also when he actually got the mask, and when he was just walking around in the junkyard, I was like, yeah, he definitely is acting like Michael. The only difference is obviously the height difference, but the way his demeanor was insane. Like, and it was good, and I can understand the people's like issues with the ending, but all I can say about the ending is it ends. Like, it literally just ends.
And
There's no sneaky like cut to Michael coming back, because what happens to Michael? It's like, I don't know how you come back from that. Now, what I thought was going to happen was Oliver was going to get Laurie's granddaughter pregnant, because I was like, oh, at the end, when she was like, evil that takes different shapes, I was like, oh, evil is going to be a small amiibo inside of a woman. But no, none of that happens. Obviously, I was expecting that. I was saying that to you. I was like, watch her get pregnant, because obviously, look, obviously, like, we've been seeing movies so much throughout our life, especially since the show started, and like we know a lot of the tropes that Hollywood does, like whether it's an indie movie or not.
Oh, brother,
you can kind of guess like how things are going to play out. It's just like, this is like, I'm starting to feel like a movie critic at this point, where I'm like, I can anticipate things just because I've been watching movies so long and so much recently too. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. So like, when people get jump scared or scared, like, I laugh because I'm just like, I wish like I could be me. But like, I'm so like, desensitized. Yeah, so used to it at this point. But I love it. I love it though. But it's just like, I watch so much. It's like so hard to like really get me jumping. It's so hard to get me scared.
It has a C+ cinema score.
It's whatever, man. Like, I'm a fan of the franchise.
I don't
like
care
it.
about.
I mean, I'll give it a B. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It's a good Hollywood movie, and plus, if you don't feel like obviously spending money in the movie theater, it's obviously available on the cock.
Call Peacock. I hate the internet.
It's available on Peacock. So like, obviously the studio isn't expecting this movie to do crazy, for the simple fact that next week you're getting the biggest movie besides Avatar in Wakanda Forever next week. So
What's
obviously
that?
Black Adam. Yeah, so obviously, like, all its money is definitely going to be for this week, and obviously it's going to make its revenue, and plus people are going to definitely watch it on Peacock. So like, like, it's the smartest thing to do, because like, putting a movie either like a week before or a week after Black Adam is hurtful. You'd rather do it before, obviously, to make whatever money you can the week prior, because obviously Black Adam is probably going to be, I will say, probably close to $1 billion, if not $1 billion, I think.
You know what? I'll predict it right here. Black Adam's making $1 billion. Black Adam's making $1 billion.
I would say 700 to 800 million. Just for the simple,
$1 billion.
Just for the, I don't know, but I think it's definitely going to, be a success, like, financially. I'm gonna call this. It's gonna have a 70% critic and 80% user. 70% critic and 80% user.
It's at 92 right now, I think.
On what? On critic?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, hold on.
Oh shit!
We do our Googles. We do our Googles here on the POF. Wait. Is it? Wait. Is it? No. Wait.
What happened?
Let me see. I'm going to apply to the Rotten Tomato score. Or was that fake? Oh, it's a phony. Never mind. I'm a liar.
Yes, you are.
It's Twitter. All right. Shout out to Twitter. Never mind. I apologize. Carry on. I'm going with 60 critics and 90 audience.
Damn.
90 audience.
Well, I think the audience is definitely going to enjoy it, just for the simple fact it's The Rock and stuff in the movie. But like, I think it's going to be a good even split. But obviously, like, you know, critics don't really like bombastic CGI movies. You know what I mean?
Yes. Hopefully, I'm excited for Black Adam next week. But
what time is the showing?
I think we're going at 7 on Friday. 7 on Friday. I'm trying to get a lot of people to go, man. So we squad deep. Tell everybody to come. Tell your mom, tell your dad. Come see Black Adam with us. Come see Black Adam with us. We might have a special guest next week. Talk about Black Adam.
Oh shit! Guests or guests?
I'm gonna try to swing something. Maybe not the. Oh wait, dang it! Well, never mind. Hold up. We might have double booked it. You might have double booked it.
I think we have. Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah. Maybe we get. Oh, brother.
We'll figure out something. We'll figure out
something for Black Adam. We'll collect our thoughts on it, and I'm gonna see it twice. So you know what it is. All right. Next, we give our what's your rating? Your final rating for Halloween Ends.
7.
I'm around 7 too. So check it out if you want to. I recommend checking it out before you get everybody. That you have the options of up the cock or the movie theaters. Okay, you can do what you want. Check it out. Go. I enjoyed it. I'm glad they went a different route. I didn't expect that. I like different when they do stuff with their characters, like different things. So check it out. Michael Myers, Laurie Strode, throwing hands. Put them up. They were throwing hands. So next, yes. All right, Benny, what are you listening to, my brother?
What am I listening to? A little bit of the Aces, obviously, shouting them out. And I would like, obviously, my phone is trying to kill me. That's just an instant classic.
I've been on that too. But, and I can break your heart too. That song is hard.
But also, just a shout out to the Aces Spade when they just did their second episode of their podcast. So
I want them on my podcast. We got to have them on one day. When we get big and famous, we're gonna have the Aces. Or we're gonna be on the space.
Oh, but also, I know that 2 of your artists are about to come out with a new album soon. Who?
Yes, I am hyped. Taylor Swift. Well, I'm hyped with Carly Rae Jepsen, but Taylor Swift also dropped. I like Taylor Swift. I hope it's more like her poppy stuff because I'm more of her poppy, like boom, the boom, her movement stuff. I like that. But Carly Rae Jepsen has been dropping some interesting music. We'll see. Haven't been like. There's not one that's like. I'm like okay, but like emotion. But Carly Rae Jepsen's a bit underrated. I'm excited. I'm going to go to the record store and buy it.
He's going all out. He's going all out.
Yes.
He's going all
out.
He's going to be dead broke. He's going to be dead broke.
I already broke out the place.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, I'm hyped for that. I've been listening to some Taylor Swift, some Thin Lizzy, trying to figure out what that's about.
Wait, what? You've been listening to my guys?
Thin Lizzy. I tried to figure out something. I kind of stalked your music playlist. I've been also listening to... Ooh.
Their first album.
Wow, that's sick. That is dope. I've been listening to some Tina Turner, which I did not know I liked a lot. I like Tina Turner a lot. She's sick.
Wait. You said Tina Turner. Look, wait.
Yes.
I think my mom got me. She got this.
Let's go. That's sick, man. But yeah, I'm trying to get ready for this Taylor Swift and Carly Rae Jepsen because I'm off. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so excited. Next week is going to be a banger, man. Hopefully I'll have like an Aces weekend like that. The time we were Aces, bro, that was probably the best day of my life. I still think about this day.
I still think about that night. That shit was wild, bro.
The best night of my life. But we're going to close this show to the end. Wow. Thank you for listening to the Power of Friendship episode 71.
72.
Almost. 72. We're close to 100.
I know, bro.
We're close to 100. Thank you for listening. Send us a rate. If you write a 5-star review, I will read it on the live air. Okay, I will be checking before the show if we get a 5-star review. If you leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, well, Spotify usually 5 stars, but I will read your review. Just send me a DM, then Benny a DM, anybody a DM, that. All right. So, okay, now, Benny, where can they find you?
Well, they can find me on Instagram at Benny J. Blanco and on Twitter at the Benny J. Blanco. And also, if you feel like, having your heart warmed up or just want some nice inspiration to like maybe have to talk to a woman and maybe go back in the 50s, read my book, Benny Boy. It's available on Amazon. It's obviously this is how you spell it. I don't have to type it no more, but it's BENNIEBOY exclamation mark. Or, if you want to buy the digital version, it's, a little bit cheaper. But, hey, leave me a review. Leave me a nice, maybe, 4 or 5 star. But what about you, Sailor?
You can find me at Sailor Games 18, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Hit me up. Let me know how your day's been. If let me know if you're drinking your water. Go to the gym today. Get an exercise. Go drink. Hang out with your friends. Tell people you love them. Tell your mom and dad we love you. Also, don't forget to send us, send some love. And we love you. Have a great day. Thank you. Peace.
Go Birds!